Welcome back to our airdrop video. This week, lots of airdrop claims, checkers, and promising airdrops that might make you a lot of money this year. So stick on to this video and let's get straight into it. So first of all, Based. We actually talked about Based a couple of weeks ago on January to be precise. And Based is very interesting. It's a mobile app that lets you trade perps, lets you trade prediction markets all in one platform. And right now, it's giving you airdrops for using their protocol. So if you have been following our news, following our videos, you will remember us talking about Base because it's a really promising one. And yeah, you need to sign some terms and conditions that we already told you about on our letter. So if you haven't subscribed to our letter, subscribe to our free letter now. Link is down below. And yeah, the next airdrop, there is an interesting stablecoin. So Sonic just launched their stablecoin. It's called USSD. So USSD is a stablecoin backed by Frax Finance, US Treasuries, and it's Genius Act compliant. So US investors or traders or DeFi doers can actually mint USSD legally. And yeah, it's claimed to be instant mint and redeem mechanism. And it's an interesting one. Why? Not because of the stablecoin, but usually new stablecoin means new incentives. Like for example here, if you go to Shadow, which is one of the best liquidity providers protocols on Sonic, you can actually find new farms using USSD here for 17% APY on a 7 days average basis, and it's only from fees. So usually new stablecoins have incentives or is highly traded, so the fees or incentives could be higher than other stablecoins like USDC or USDT. And judging from the risk preference from this USSD, it's not too risky, meaning it's already conservative or stable assets, not like risky or very volatile assets, because it's backed by US Treasuries, and it's Genius Act compliant. So I think this is a pretty cool airdrop or farming opportunities that you can actually do. Very actionable and still quite early. And talking about early, you can now claim your Opinions Labs airdrop. So there has been an issue on Opinions Labs since their protocol has not been available on some region, but I think that's already solved by now by the team. So any of you who have again watched our airdrop videos, we always talk about this new prediction markets that only needs a very low volume to actually farm and to be eligible for the airdrop. It's only $200 per week to be eligible for the airdrop. That also goes the same with like prediction.fun. And yeah, you can right now claim your OPN token and see your allocations. And congratulations for anyone that has been farming this airdrop. Lastly, this is very interesting. So RWA has been a very good narrative in everywhere, especially in DeFi. Since crypto is not doing that well and traditional finance is still, most people are actually still trading like US equities. So tokenized assets like tokenized protocols, like tokenization protocols like xStocks, Ondo, has been making new integrations everywhere across DeFi. Like for example, Ondo, you can now use Ondo's tokenized equities as collaterals on Morpho, on Euler, so you can now borrow USDC or USDT with US equities. So you can get like an index exposure to like SPX 500 while still being liquid with relatively low. I'm not sure if you can actually do this on traditional finance. Moreover, if you are not a US citizen, that would be very hard for you. But these on-chain primitives, these on-chain technologies for tokenized equities lets non-US citizens like us in Asia to actually trade and own an exposure to US equities. Now, tokenized equities don't actually represent an ownership, but it gives you like an exposure to their price increase or capital gains or even dividends, since the dividends will be put into our net asset value in the tokenized stocks. So you will be still getting dividends, but not voting right and any of that. So it's very interesting. And right now you can secure a boost, connect your wallet for a 20% points boost for the entire season. This is really interesting. I think this is one of the first tokenization equity protocol to actually launch points program. Yeah, and I think that's it for this airdrop video. It's a rather short one, but it's clear which one is interesting. So there's xStocks, Base, Checker, and Sonic's USSD new stablecoin that gives a lot of liquidity providing opportunities across some LP opportunities here. And this is just the tip of the mountain of what we're actually offering on our airdrop dedicated ladder, a new format that we have. Like for example here, you can just get straight into our ladder. The link is down below. You can find the exact link for every airdrop claims this week. This week we got opinion, block street. Here you got the claim and also the eligibility criteria. So you might know and you don't waste too much time on researching by yourself. Here you got the checker link, and yeah, there's lots of updates and opportunities on today's letter. So if you haven't, click the link below for the latest letter and subscribe for free to get DeFi Alpha, Airdrop Alpha, or major news in DeFi and crypto all to your inbox. So I think that's it, and I'll see you on the next one.